Hello, this is a quick update from the video from a couple of days ago looking at low-level light therapy, and this was the light source, the therapeutic light source I was using for that video, and that was a hacked plant grow light to get a device that puts out only 650 nanometers of red light. And that would be this product right here. So, quick overview. I basically put tape over the two UV LEDs, and then I put opaque glue over the top of that and let it dry. And what I did include in the other video was a UPC in case you're interested in getting a hold of one of these to hack your own. It takes about 10 minutes. Yeah, that should be legible. Anyway, so I was looking at some more YouTube videos, and one of them had a link to a website that was selling a watch. It's a laser watch for reportedly for dealing with hypertension and diabetes. So on the link, the watch sold for only $200. So then I figured, well, I'd look on Amazon. So I saw a similar device for $99, and you can get it from $99 on up to over $200. So, I was already actually working on this already, so from the last video you saw the USB cable with a couple of LEDs added to it. Here's one of them up close. Let me do it that way. That would be two 3-watt devices that I'm running at quite a bit of a lower level than that. Two of those in series with a 33 ohm resistor. So, what the idea is that I'm going to have this battery pack that I got over at Fry's for $10. It's a 6,000 milliamp hour device. And so I plugged my cable into there, and I've got one of these LED assemblies right here. So the idea is that this is going to be in my pocket. The cord goes up my shirt and then down my sleeve, and this will be taped onto across that great big vein that they use for when you give a blood transfusion. I ran this for 7 hours last night, and the battery level hasn't gone down yet. That's kind of what I expected. I'm assuming that I'm probably going to I could probably run the thing for 24/7 for probably a couple of days before it'll be necessary to recharge the battery. Maybe even longer. It's going to run a long time. So, looking at the possibility of trying to duplicate what this watch does, this would probably, this is sort of like the cheap version of it. So I did some pricing of some of the different items that if somebody's going to do this, they might end up buying on Amazon. So first I was looking at 650 nanometer, that would be the visible red therapeutic, one of the wavelengths that works, or reportedly works. And let's see, so I found 10 pieces for $7.05. This is Amazon Prime, so that's shipping included. The 830 nanometer device, which I'm going to include a little bit of research from PubMed, that's where I found it, in regard to the different wavelengths. This one is supposed to be, among other things, for pain management. And they made an interesting discovery, and that is that it looks like the 630 nanometer wavelength works better by itself rather than mixed with the 650 or some other visible red. They both work together, but it appears from their data that it actually works better if you run it alone. So in the future I may have one of these cables that has either 2 or 4 or more of the 830 nanometer devices instead of the visible red. So, the 830 nanometer devices, I found 5 pieces for $6.68. And let's see, the battery, I got mine for 10. The battery, you can get that for anywhere from $16 to $25. You can get a USB cable for $6, and you can get a charger for $6. Now, a lot of people have these things already. There's plenty of these being sold just to charge up your phone or have an emergency backup for your phone, things like that. And it's a good source of 5 to 5.5 volts, so if you're a hobbyist, these batteries are fairly inexpensive, and we'll see how reliable at least this one is, but that seems to be a proven technology, so I like it. As far as, I like 12 volts better, but 5 will do. Let's see, what else? It's helpful to know how to solder, so this sort of thing isn't really for everybody, but it just kind of gives you an idea for what's out there, and if you know somebody that solders into this sort of thing, they could probably make you one of these. So for probably under $50, including probably everything, even probably a cheap soldering iron and some solder. Either you or somebody else could probably make your own. Now, of course, I'm just suggesting that somebody might want to do this. I'm not a doctor, so I can't give medical advice. But even to make, this right here could also be a battery backup flashlight. It could be a decorative Christmas ornament kind of a thing, and it also could be used to run various frequencies of LED lighting, which is what I'm doing here. I just happen to prefer 620 to 650 nanometers, or I prefer 830 nanometers when I'm making something like this. That's just me. So this is not intended to be medical advice. This is hobbyist advice for people that like making things out of LEDs. So there'll be some more information in the description. And one other thing, I got together with somebody that has an issue with pain management, so we decided that a company called Escrow sells several units on Amazon. One of them, it's a better version of this one right here, but I think it was about $30. But for under $80, you could get this thing that's about 1.5 feet by 2 feet with a few hundred LEDs on it, something like that. And it's got the mix of the 650 and the 830 nanometer LEDs. So we decided to get that. I get to take possession of it first to mess with it, so there'll probably be a quick video just having a look at it. And then I'd have to hand it over. So anyway, that's the update. Thanks for listening.